Welcome, everybody. We've got Link to the Past playoffs. We are in the second round of the playoffs with the players. Oh, this isn't Courage. We'll get that fixed. We have fearagent versus Frostbite. My name is Tracy M. With me today is Bigfoot. How are you doing, Bigfoot?
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. I'm really fine. This should be a very fun race. Two very experienced runners. This should be very nice.
Yeah, and there we go. Wisdom. That's what we got. We got casual boots going between fearagent and Frostbite. Two very good runners, two fun rivals. So this should be a really good one. Fendrano Drifter still not taking a loss yet the entire season. So we'll see if fearagent can pin one on them.
He should be able to. He's as the admin, one of the admins of this tournament, he should be able to.
Yeah, are you saying he's got some secret knowledge there?
Oh, I don't know. Who doesn't know it by this time? Okay, we should be off any second now. Shouldn't we?
Should be coming. Just waiting for that extra restream delay. Here we go.
Yeah, to say casual boots is the mode. Runners will be starting with boots and with a sword. Have to do the escape sequence. Oh, that's very nice.
That's lots of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won't show. The sword won't show up until they've actually talked to their uncle. But weirdly enough, you can still cut through bushes here.
Yeah. Without boots, escape sequence takes about 6 minutes. With boots, we should stay under 5 very comfortably. That's a nice bottle. And very nice bombs. Although here in Escape, they're not really necessary because we can bonk open the walls to back of Escape. But if we get to Kakariko, bombs are always nice to have.
Yeah, those 3 bombs will be enough for them to do all the standard stuff in Kakariko. And with 300 rupees, if they don't get bombs beyond that, they can buy some more. So that's a really good pickup.
Yeah, and that bottle is also nice for Kakariko because we can check the ticket immediately. Yep. Very nice sync between the runners.
Yeah, somewhere fearagent got 1 extra rupee. I don't know. More bombs. Wow.
Yeah, nice.
It's always nice to get those bombs early when you actually really want them, as opposed to late in the game when you're looking for those last 2 or 3 items and you don't want bombs.
Yeah. It's really good visible right now that the escape sequence is something that an experienced runner does lots of times, so they both know their whereabouts here, and so the sync between them is not really surprising. Oh, even more money.
Wow. Money's just not going to be an issue probably at all in this seed.
Yeah, we already have Zora money, and we need only about 20 rupees more, and we have also pot money. So that's wow.
Well, they're going to spend 100. They're going to spend 100 rupees on the bottle vendor too, so they don't quite have all the money they need. But I mean, just from the pots and stuff, they're going to get pretty darn close. There's not a whole lot left to pick up.
Yeah, you don't really need much more.
Fearagent just going ahead and using that bottle.
Yeah, well, it is a nice safety, and there's the required small key, which we have to find in the front of Escape.
Yeah, my guess is that he used that potion just to save time. I mean, he could have just picked up the pots and gotten hearts, but this way he just uses it. And maybe he figures he can just fill it up with a blue later anyway if he feels like he needs one. Money so far, like we said, so far not much of an issue.
Yeah, and we've seen accidents happen, so Frostbite going around with only half a heart. Well, down here he should be safe, but if he goes to back of Escape, I think he might either collect some hearts.
Yeah, there's some heart pots he can pick up that I suspect he will.
Yeah.
They're pretty much on path. Not gonna lose him too much time. Alternatively, he could also use his red potion.
Yeah. I think one of the two he'll do. I think here are 2 hearts. One. Oh no, it's only 1.
I think it's 2. He just only picked up 1. And there's another one
Yeah.
in Dark Cross in that area, so you might pick that one up as well. Okay, fearagent the first to get into the Dark Cross area, and of course we do get the light cone, even though we don't have the lamp. Anytime you come into the castle, the light cone will be there, but any other dark rooms it will not until the runners pick up their lamps. Assuming they even get them.
Yeah, both runners should be experienced enough to do the whole game without a lamp. There are some more difficult dark rooms, but both should be able to do them without any problem.
Yeah, it's more about the lamp sometimes being a required fire source, depending on where the fire rod is.
Yeah.
Lighting torches and such. Now let's see what's in those sewers.
Will we find more money? Yes. We will.
And a bug net, oof. And
Yeah,
arrows. So
that's
really nothing really interesting in the back. I mean, the little extra money is a very little extra money. Bug net, some people like it as an extra safety to pick up fairies. Not my favorite item. And then arrows. I mean, the odds of them not having plenty of access to arrows before they need them, pretty slim.
Yeah, maybe we'll see the bugnet in action if they have to do Aga. I always hope to see that.
Not a non-swordless seed. Oh, that's a nice pick up, the moon pearl.
Yep. Now we just need gloves, 2 gloves or 1 glove and a hammer. And I think nobody wants to see the lamp right now.
A lamp is fine. It's the cape you don't cape or an extra sword you don't want to see until you actually have Dark World access.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and of course we have the boots, so we can check bonk rocks. I've seen that. I've seen some runners forget that in a casual boot setting, but nothing important here.
Yeah, I think when you forget it, if you're playing this mode for the first time, it's very easy to forget that location. Once you've played it a few times, it becomes a little more ingrained, so to speak.
Single rupees on the
and more single rupees.
Wow.
And a big 20 sitting there on the lumberjack, so we're not coming back for that. If this is an Agaseed, it'll be an Agaseed for the Dark World access, not for the item access. And I do feel like casual boots does end up being more commonly Agaseeds. I think 3 out of 4 of the casual boot seeds in the first round of the playoffs end up being Agaseeds. So.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, there are more bombs on the mushroom spot and some money in the hideout, but both runners
they don't need it.
denying those bombs. You already have 6 of them and lots of money, so not needed. And now we get to the first really item-dense location in Kakariko.
Yeah, and to talk about those Agaseeds, it just when you start out with the sword already, and you've already got one of the pieces of the puzzle to the Aga play, it just makes it that much more likely.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Frostbite the first into Blind's hut. We have more rupees, more arrows, more bombs, and more rupees. Well,
yeah. This seed is a rich seed, definitely.
I mean, look at this money they've got already. And a master sword. Oof. Okay, well, now if we see the lamp, then we are thinking Aga. I think either one of them, if either one of them goes there early. No mitts, no mitts, gloves, hammer, none of that stuff yet.
Yeah, I think we'll see the lamp soon, very soon. This looks very much like an Aga seed.
And more bombs.
Yeah.
Blue mail, nice little safety. More bombs.
More money.
And a piece of heart, something different.
Yay! Yay!
We've really not seen a whole lot else besides bombs, money, and a couple arrows. And more bombs.
Wow. Well, two things. Seeds often are rarely available in early randos are bombs and money, and this seed gives us both.
Yeah, we got plenty of bombs and plenty of money. Those are not not going to be an issue. I mean,
Well,
782, 786 respectively. Yeah, not a problem.
Yeah. All the other stuff is a little rare right now, but it'll come.
And both Sick Kid and the Back of Tavern also having money. As the runners will switch places.
We're gonna have 1,000 rupees before we go to Dark World.
It would not surprise me, given that we can do a water walk pretty easily, if either or both runners decide to do an early Zora break. They could even set up a water walk and a fake flipper combination to do both the Zora item. They can do the Zora item, they can do the waterfall fairy, and they can do the ledge item.
Yeah, library. What else than money? And
we're not picking up the sword. Nah, they're not picking that up.
Yeah, but it's a change.
It is a change. Yeah, it is a change. Okay, it looks like they're both going to do the dam and hit up some South Shore locations.
Yeah, with the boots, it's I've seen some runners going from the dam to Agina to the desert because it's a quick check then with the boots.
It's a much quicker check. We do have some gloves. Logically speaking, that doesn't get us anything. The only thing new that gets us is Zora.
Yeah,
they can go to Death Mountain. I don't know if either one will do that since it's only 2 checks in one location they can look at, and not in Logic. But you might see it if they get a hook shot. Then I suspect a hook shot or a mirror. Then it makes it a lot more a much better play to do it.
You'll definitely
bottle.
You definitely go to the mountain before you do Aga. That's
I don't know
for sure.
Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, it's kind of a long play. I mean, if you have more than just access to the 2 locations, and absolutely, especially if you have a hook shot. I don't know if I do it just for the 2 out of Logic locations, though. I guess by then they'd be in Logic because you'd have a lamp.
Yeah. Yeah, both runners doing exactly the same right now.
Not really often that they follow each other to Agina, and it's just bombs. So if one of them had skipped it, they would have saved a little bit of time there.
What else? Than bombs?
We've seen a lot of bombs. Bombs and money. That's what the seed has been so far. Bombs and money. Yeah, Serial XR tracker saying, "Nope, this is easy so far. Haven't had to track anything."
Yeah.
He's had to click some bottles, a Master Sword, glove, Moon Pearl, blue mail. Because they started out with boots in the first sword.
Yeah, and the only difficulty, he had to click it on both sides for both runners.
Yeah, there you go. But to be fair, trackers always do a great job. And it is a lot of hard work normally, so it will get harder as we start seeing things that aren't bombs. Although now we're getting some pieces of heart, so hey, a 4th heart can red mail already.
Yep.
Wow.
This seed wants us to survive.
4 hearts is not a lot, but red mail does make a difference. Looks like they're both gonna head over to Ice Rod Cave, and I bet they'll both do a water walk after that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that.
Especially now with Zora being in Logic. And having so much money.
Oh, there's that cape.
The cape, yeah, it sure does seem that sometimes these Aga plays come in 3s. 3 swords, a cape, and 2 swords.
Yeah. I think Lamp will be somewhere in eastern area.
Water walk number 1. And water walk number 2.
Yep. There's a heart on the island.
Yeah, we're not getting that. Oh, a little bit of diversions. Frostbite's going to check the hobo, whereas fearagent is just going to go straight over to the Zora area.
Yeah, and Frostbite won't have a water walk to check the Zora area.
He'll have to do it with fake flippers.
Yeah.
Which is slower.
Yep.
And a free ferry at the ferry. So yeah, Frostbite's going to lose a little bit of time here. And didn't really get much for his troubles over at the hobo. So that's first somewhat of a route diversion so we've had. Piece of heart on the ledge, so we don't care about.
Yeah, something vanilla.
And what does Zora have for us?
Vanilla flippers? Nope.
More
bombs. What else? What was I thinking?
Eastern. Looks like Eastern is the play. Logically speaking, that's all we have, I think. I think we've checked everything else. They can go up to the mountain, but at this point, you're going to go do the logical play. Because it's going to get you a hammer, a glove, or that lamp.
Well, or something that leads into that direction, like,
exactly.
like a book or something else. A flute.
Okay, let's see what Saha has for us. There's that hook shot. So the hook shot is going to get us East Death Mountain. But still not in logic because we still don't have a lamp or a flute to get there.
Yeah, but I don't know if I could agree with Fierce going into Eastern because...
I think he still has to go to Eastern because it's still going to be the logical progression. It might be that it's the lamp to get over to East Death Mountain, but it also might be the hammer or the other glove. So I can see it going into this and doing this play. Yeah,
I can see it too. It's not a bad play.
I mean, whatever you get here, you're going to get it. You're going to get something good. It's going to be something.
Yeah. I think at this point it's very likely that this is going to be the lamp which gives us mountain access, and there we'll find our progression. So he'll very likely have to do a double dip into Eastern by now.
Yep. Well, logically speaking, that's almost guaranteed. Unless we find a bow here.
Yeah.
Which I don't expect.
If we just only find the lamp here, it could have been avoidable to do a double dip. Could have saved some time by just going up the mountain.
Yep, potentially. Depends on whether that lamp is for East Death Mountain or for Aga.
Yeah. Well, East Death Mountain has, I think, 8 checks in the light world. And those 2 on the west side, so it's 10 checks up there. Progression is very probable up there.
Oh yeah, I expect we'll find something there. So far, and again, both runners going into Eastern. The only thing we've seen, there's that flute. That's the East Death Mountain axis. Yeah. That's the Death Mountain axis. Logical. And that flute's going to most likely be required, although Misery Mire could theoretically definitely be a pendant. We don't know. I mean, with 3 crystals in the light world, just makes it a little more likely that Mire would be a pendant. So that flute might literally only be logically for getting to Death Mountain. We don't know yet. Fear Agent doing I feel like this is probably the easiest dark room in the game. As long as you're not doing Randomizer.
I don't know. The Turtle Rock dark room is very easy as well, if you know the pattern.
Yeah, see, that's the key. If you know the pattern, you can do this one without you just do it. I've never practiced the those particular Eastern dark rooms, but yeah, you have to learn the Turtle Rock one at the very least. Okay, let's see what we have in the big key chest. We have a big key. I should realize that.
Oh, and Frostbite safe and quitting after finding the flute.
Yeah, that's interesting.
He knows at this point nothing else in here is in logic, because the big key is out of logic, because no lamp. So
he's gonna have to... It's kind of a wash either way. It is a crystal dungeon. You're gonna have to go get that big key at some point regardless. So I could see either play. As it turns out, the big chest just had a compass, so Frostbite not going to be losing anything by not doing that sooner. Had that been a good item, then Fear Agent would have had a nice advantage. But as it stands, it's going to be a wash because Frostbite will have to get that big key later.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters. Maybe later Frostbite will have the lamp and another sword or something which makes those rooms faster, but
Yeah, not that. I mean, like I said, those are pretty easy dark rooms.
Yeah.
You're not going to get much faster on those. There are other dark rooms that you can have a significant speed difference with and without the lamp. Those just aren't them.
Yeah,
And
in
we'll
that case,
yeah, Frostbite first to get over to the Death Mountain is going to rescue the old man. So the one item not in logic is, of course, rescuing the old man, but it's still one of the easier dark rooms of the game. And in my opinion, the first one you should learn.
yeah, the only real thing to avoid here is that hole in the ground. Most enemies are on the walls and don't really hurt you. Alright, what does the old man on the mountain have for us today?
Bombs or arrows, probably. Oh,
Money!
rupees! The other thing we've been getting a lot of.
At least we can't get any more mail upgrades.
Yeah. Yeah, we are done with mail upgrades. Okay, Frostbite can just go straight over to East Death Mountain and not going to do the checks over here. Looks like Frostbite is going to do these checks. There's two checks, one in logic, one that we can't get without a mirror.
I like Frostbite's routing because if he finds a hammer here, he can go over to Hera, check Spec Rock.
That's an interesting item. That was a Cane of Burna, which is not usually required. Fear Agent decides to skip it. It could be logically required for Spike Cave, and that's really the only thing it would be logically required for. It's a nice safety, but I don't blame him for skipping it. It's really not a needed item.
For Spike Cave, we would need a hammer as well. So it's...
yeah, well, we're not there yet. There's that lamp. But to the point of the blue cane, if you end up needing it for a Spike Cave, you can just grab a potion instead to get through that Spike Cave and just know it's in logic because you know it's available.
Or just grab it; it's right around the corner.
Yeah, and Drosy making a good point. We already have the cape, so yeah, that cane doesn't really do anything for us at all.
Yeah, I think right now we're down to one check: Spiral Cave.
Spiral Cave. So unless Spiral Cave is a glove or a hammer or something leading to the glove or the hammer, I do think we're stuck with Aga.
Yeah, looks like it. Nothing on the floating island?
Not that we could get that anyway, but yeah. Good to check that and check it off your list. Okay, to the comment about Eastern Palace, we did not find all three. There is an item on the Armos Knights, but without a bow, obviously we can't get it. So this is exactly the bow. I'm not going to go back there. It was, I believe, the compass in the big chest that Fear Agent checked, and Frostbite did not.
Yeah, there was. And just another 20 rupees in the Spiral Cave, so this is a hard required Aga seed.
Yeah, no way around this one. Not that I can see. We did all the out of logic stuff that we can do, and all the in logic stuff as well.
Yep.
So Fear Agent behind by about the time it took him to get that big key and big chest. So very, very close race at the moment.
Yeah, still no way I am going to make a prediction here who will win.
Oh, no, we're way too close, and it was way too much game to play.
Yep.
With that hook shot, chances are they'll have a couple of choices. They'll be able to go to Catfish. They'll be able to go to Pod. But with that hook shot, I suspect they'll both go over to the west side of Dark World.
Yeah, lots of checks over there. Thieves Town, we can already spare the big chest. So that's at least 3 items.
And a little bit different. Frostbite is doing this with the knowledge that he knows this is full required. Frostbite did skip 2 items that we know were not needed.
Is it good to see the castle tower keys in their rightful place?
Yeah. Well, we're not playing Key Sandy today, so that's where they are.
I've watched some Key Sanity races in the last few days. And yeah. How often do we have it in those seats that the castle tower keys are go mode?
It happened a lot in week 6, let's just say. When we did the 80 keys week.
Yeah, both runners really shredding the enemies in this tower and really making a good progress here.
Yeah, I'm going to point out something I said earlier when it was 3 out of 4 Agassiz in the first round. We're already 1 for 1 in the second round for casual boots Agassiz. So just want to, all you people that like those casual starting boots, just want to point that out.
Yeah, we only need a pedestal seat now to make chat really happy.
Well, don't give him any ideas. Okay, so Frostbite, first one into the Aga play.
I
See how
still
many
remember.
blue balls we get.
I still remember that race. What was it? Wadey Wordsworth Dante? Boots on pad and bombers on
And Lumberjack,
Lumberjack. Yeah. That was such a crazy race.
We've already seen a couple blue balls on Frostbite's side.
Yeah.
But of course, they'll get the same number.
Yeah, I don't think anybody will die at this fight.
No, no.
At least we hope so.
Well, the fact they have red mail to begin with.
Yeah, and I think at least
most people know how to do this play.
Yeah, and at least Fear Agent has a fairy, I think.
Yeah, he does. And Frostbite still has a red potion.
Yeah. And their Frostbite is done. I think that was only 2 blue balls.
No, he had more than that, because it was 2 in the first round, and I think there were a couple more in the second.
Okay, I didn't really count. Just more money on the pyramid. What else?
Okay, there were none in this. Oh wait, there's one more shot. There we go. There's a third one.
Well, and as I said, looking at the rupee count, if we hadn't visited Zora, both runners would have been at over 1,000 rupees.
Yes, we
by
would.
the time they get to the Dark World.
It was 3 blue balls. Okay. Now, Frostbite can head straight over to Catfish.
Yeah, it's
Green Pendant Pod, Skullwoods, and Swamp Palace, the other 2 pendants.
That's interesting. Yeah, hookshot was required for progression, so possibly not required for swamp.
Well, it's nice if you're gonna get a pendant swamp. If you're not a hoverer, you want to see that hookshot before you. Like, you don't have to worry about it. And it looks like Fearagent is gonna go over to Pod, so
yeah,
and some actual route divergence.
Even more interesting, if those flippers are buried really deep in the seed, we might never need them. Because if we don't have to visit Swamp, I suppose we can fake Flipper.
Yeah, no one's gonna want. They don't want to see flippers at this point. Like, just let them sit and rest wherever they are. The runners are more than capable of fake flippering.
Yeah, and Frostbite going over to the West Dark World.
Yeah, I like Frostbite's choice better because right now it may just be one item that's even in logic at Pod. We don't know if he's gonna get it.
Maybe
he gets a bow, but you know, I don't know if he's gonna
just. Yeah, he might just get a map.
It could be. We'll see if he decides. I don't think he has a potion, so we'll see if he decides to try and mimic clip if this is not a small key.
Well, he could fairy revival clip. I think it works, doesn't it?
I don't know much about Fairy Revival clips, so I can't say.
Me neither. But I thought it works in pod, but I'm not really sure.
But he does get a small key, so he can keep going. Meanwhile, Frostbite gonna head over into Skull Woods.
Yeah, it's a pendant, and those first checks are really quick. I can see it.
Yeah, both runners in Pendant Dungeons, in fact. Oh, it's Fear's gonna go for the hover. This is one of the hardest. My understanding, this is maybe the hardest hover in the game. So.
Yeah, because you have to change direction. Oh, it looks.
Oh, he was close.
Just about.
So he's gonna try again. Meanwhile, Frostbite's gonna steal the key. Did I miss him getting where is he going? Oh, he got a fire rod. Where did he get that fire rod? Was that a catfish?
Or French vanilla?
I don't think he got it in Skull Woods. I'm gonna guess that was in catfish.
Our tracker saying it was French vanilla in Skull Woods.
Oh, it was in the big chest. Okay.
Wow. Oh, then it was vanilla. Wow. Vanilla fire rod. That
no, it's just big key chest, not the big chest.
Okay, okay, big key chest. So not vanilla, but French vanilla fire rod is something you really don't want to see, especially if Skullwoods is a pendant dungeon.
Yeah, it looked like he checked his map after he finished that middle section of Skullwoods. Maybe he wasn't paying attention to the music.
Yeah.
Fearagent's still not bow locked out of this. Looks like Frostbite's just gonna go ahead and finish the dungeon anyway.
Yeah, I can understand it.
Well, it's the only dungeon they can full clear at the moment. They can finish Thieves Town, but they may not be able to get all the items because depending on what's going on with the big chest there.
There are 2 medallions.
Wait, did I say a bomb was in the ether?
Yeah. 2 medallions
okay.
in pot basement.
Well, unless Turtle Rock and Misery Mire are both exactly Quake, then this pod dip will have been required.
Yep. Oh, and Fear dying in the...
He's got a fairy, he's fine.
Yeah. In the dark maze.
Moth with a map. So that moth kill only can be required if Ped becomes a thing. Oh, and a bow!
Oh my god. Oh,
a non-bow lock. You don't see that very often. A non-bow locked bow in pod.
And a fire rod in Skullwoods in the same seed.
And 2 medallions in pod.
Wow.
And there's a really good chance that one of those medallions ends up being required.
Yeah. So pod was the play after all.
Well, I mean, it is a play that the runners have to make at some point. Clearly, with those medallions, and possibly that bow might be the required bow for them. For Eastern, we don't know where the second bow is yet. But because it wasn't a glove, or more importantly, a hammer, I don't think Frostbite's going to lose too much by not doing that right now. But he is going to have to get back over there. Oh, there's the other bow!
Oh my god!
So he might never have to go to pod if Quake is the medallion.
Yeah.
That is a stack skull. So let's recap here. 2 pendant dungeons checked right away by 2 different runners to start their Dark World access. We found a fire rod and a bow in Skull Woods, and we found 2 medallions and a bow in pod, and that bow was not bow locked. So
yeah,
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and Fear Agent immediately going to finish Eastern. There is still 1 item in here.
Yep.
On the boss.
Do the dungeons that you can full clear. I like this choice. He hopes to never have to go to pods, back to pod, because it is a pendant.
Yeah, I haven't counted items in port, so there might be an item left on Helma, but I don't know.
I think there is. I want to say I saw both map and compass, but I'm not 100% sure. I will not swear to that.
Yeah, I think the same, but I'm not sure either.
Oh, and there's some myths. So Frostbite gonna have the decent but not great Dark World access, but he will be able to check Mire. He will be able to check Turtle Rock.
Yeah, Dark Death Mountain.
I really want to see what those medallions are. We'll have to find out for sure whether Frostbite has to go into pot or not. He probably doesn't ever get that extra bow though, unless he's looking for something else when he goes into pod. Because it may very well be if he needs one of those medallions, he just goes in there, gets the medallions, and leaves.
Yeah, you usually do the dark basement before you do the dark maze.
Exactly. Fearagent, on the other hand, I think is more likely to get that extra bow. He's gonna have to get that fire rod in Skullwoods. It is in a completely different location though, so depending on when he gets that fire rod in Skullwoods, he also could end up missing the bow, depending on what order he does things in.
Yeah, fire rod was in the middle, so depends if he goes back to front or front to back.
Okay, so far we have not seen the small key in Thieves Town for Frostbite. That's a good start. I did just see a compass. So it looks like it was I want to say it was either 1 or 2 item front of Thieves Town. Ideally, we want the small key to be in the big chest, and we never have to worry about that item.
Yeah.
Okay, Fearagent can go back to the portal here, and I guess he'll probably head over to the west part of Dark World as well, because he's now done he's done what a pod he can do. He can't do the rest of it even if he wanted to, because no hammer.
Yeah, he might do Catfish beforehand, because it's about the only convenient time to do it he'll have.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, he'll do that. Because Catfish otherwise is pretty much out of the way. And if you have to come here to go over to the west side of the Dark World, then you might as well take your time and go up here to Catfish. The trek up there only gets longer with time.
Oh, Catfish is a terrible check well, pretty much almost regardless. If you can route it in with Zora, then that's great, but that's not happening here because we've already done all the Zora checks.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just completely off on its own.
Yeah, but as we have seen it with Frostbite, is nothing, just a piece of heart.
Okay, meanwhile, Frostbite gonna show us the basement of Thieves Town. We'll find out soon where that small key is.
Yeah, 50-50 chance right now. Either the maiden cell or the big chest.
Yep.
Because Blind can't have the small key due to logic reasons.
All right, we are safe. We will not be leaving the big chest behind. Small key is in the big chest.
Yeah. And again, I haven't counted the items, so there might still be one on Blind. I don't remember the attic chest.
Attic chest was bombs.
Oh, then it's likely there is a map or compass on Blind.
Okay, let's see if Fearagent goes into Skullwoods first, or if he goes over to Thieves Town first.
That looks like Skullwoods.
It does. Yeah, I think a lot of this is you really want to have that hammer before you go into Thieves Town, if at all possible.
Yeah. That was a really nice blind fight by Frostbite. And oh, there was still an item there. So we had map and compass in the front, I think.
Yeah. Okay, Fearagent gonna get his fire out here first. We'll see if he does the back of Skullwoods or if he goes back to the front. He's gonna wait for the hand to grab him. No, he's waiting for the hand to grab him.
Yeah, and I think at the same time he's thinking.
It gives him a chance to think, yeah. Okay, Frostbite looks like he's gonna go do the dig game. We'll see if he grabs the smith afterwards. You need to make sure you grab the smith after you do the dig game because the guy here will not let you dig if you have a follower. Oh, fearagent also going to finish up Skullwoods. A little surprised. Both runners have decided to do the back of Skullwoods first. Now, if this were a crystal, yeah, that'd be absolutely the play. It being a pendant, I'm surprised. They don't check the front first.
Yeah, I haven't seen fearagent do a map check yet. I don't remember.
He did it early.
He
Did it early. He knows. Also, this is, I mean, if he's listening to the music, he knows it's a pendant. Although, I think everyone has at least once not paid attention to that music and cleared a dungeon thinking it was a crystal.
Yeah.
And yeah, Frostbite does grab the smith. And we'll see how much of a world tour he gets to go on today.
But I think at this point, fearagent will get his silver arrows because he wouldn't have done that chest below the bridge before Moth if he wasn't looking for the second item.
Yep, he is absolutely looking for the second item. He's not going to find it on Mothula, but he will find it when he goes back into the front.
Yeah.
The routing for this dungeon, assuming that we don't have to pull pad at some point, could have been really nice because you could have checked the item where the arrows were very quickly, and then gone into the middle and gotten that fire rod and been done.
Yeah.
Ooh, a mirror on in Hype Cave, and a book,
and a hammer. Oh, piece of
That's a pretty good Hype Cave. Although I'm gonna downgrade just a little bit for the book because that can just be annoying.
Yeah, but still, mirror and
hammer, yeah, really good, very good.
Still a 10 out of 10, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I'm a little surprised Frostbite just doesn't run over and check the Bombos tablet.
Yeah.
You would have been in a very good position to do it, but it looks like he's going to do something else. I really want to see what those medallions are. But for Frostbite, he doesn't have any medallions. I don't blame him for not looking yet. I bet fearagent will be a lot quicker to check those medallions, given that he got that Bombos and that ether out of a pendant pod, and really wants those to mean something.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, between our runners, we're pretty close to go mode. Flippers we might never need, so it's only really maybe
the ice rod.
yeah,
the ice rod is a thing.
Ice rod and cane, and maybe Quake, but that's it.
Yep, that is what we will be looking for. And Frostbite can do the smith chains. He already has the smith following him. Maybe he will do the purple chests into the Bombos tablet.
Yeah, he might also... Well, he might flute over there. That's faster. We'll see.
Okay, fearagent gonna get his silver arrows.
I think he will really appreciate those.
Yeah, he'll have him for Vitreous, which is the best fight to have him in, to be honest. Of all, even better than Ganon is having silver arrows for Vitreous, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. And Skullwoods, once again, proving it's the most likely dungeon to have major progression items, with a bow and a fire rod in this seat.
Well, our pendant dungeons have definitely come through today.
Oh, yes.
And again, I'm with you. The runners really don't want to find flippers, because they really don't want to go into that last pendant dungeon in Swamp Palace.
Yeah. Imagine something like the powder on the left side swamp, and then yeah, all the shenanigans possible with that. No one wants to see that. Well, we all want to see that, but the runners don't want to see that.
Okay, here we go, turning in the purple chest for half magic. Super nice luxury item, but definitely not needed.
Yeah, fearagent at the same time getting his mitts.
But a lot of this seed is going to depend on is ether and Bombos required. If they're required, then Frostbite is going to have to make his way into pod at some point. If not, fearagent we'll have lost a lot of time doing that. So that's going to really matter. We're going to find out at least one of those medallions right now.
Well, it depends where Quake is, because it's Frostbite could easily go into port searching for Quake.
Wait, I didn't even see it.
Was that Bombers?
I couldn't see it. Oh, there, it's Quake. Okay, so it's Quake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, you're right. He could search for Quake in pod as well.
Or he could find it just on the
and he can find it right there. Can't really do a whole lot in Misery Mire right now because no Kane. You can actually do a lot of checks, but you can't finish the dungeon.
Yeah.
Looks like he's gonna go do desert, which makes a lot of sense right now.
Just money on the ledge. Yeah, but desert is full clearable, so just do it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Desert's a pretty quick dungeon.
Yeah, with the boots, it's nice and quick. So.
And then I suspect we'll see Frostbite head over to the mountain because he can do Hera and he can scout out the situation for Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
Fearagent, you're really trying to get that pixel. that is a tough room. So it's going to come down to, is Turtle Rock a Quake or Ether? Or is it Quake or is it Ether or Bombos? Either Ether or Bombos favors Fearagent. If it's Quake, Frostbite might never have to go into pod for anything.
Yeah, he might never get his silvers then, but
you know, it takes a really close race for silvers to make a difference here.
Well, if we stay at Master Sword, then it might do.
Yeah, it would need to be a really close race. And I don't know that would save enough time for the amount of time Fearagent spent looking for that Quake and the Bombos end. We missed what was in the big chest. I don't know what happened there on Frostbite's side, but anyway, I don't think even Master Sword silvers I don't think takes long enough. Or at best it'd be a wash for the amount of time that Fearagent spent in pod.
Yeah, not all the pod time, but if you mix it all together, maybe ice armors, maybe Vitreous, maybe Ganon.
Yeah,
there could be about 2 minutes to save.
And there are other things that Fearagent might do differently that could give him an edge. We do have an Ice Rod hunt potentially on our hands, and a Cane of Samaria hunt. Lots of places that Cane could be, and as everyone knows, in a Crystal TRC, the only places that Ice Rod can't be are in Ganon's Tower and, of course, on Trinex.
So Pet is still not dead.
With an Ice Rod missing, it's never dead.
Yep.
And frankly, it could be Cane of Samaria as well. So.
Yep.
Although I wouldn't really take Pet seriously until we see Flippers.
Yeah. Well, we could check Pet right now because we have the book. But
it's out of the way though.
Yeah, they have both done Skullwoods already, so they won't do that.
I mean, if it were me and I find Flippers before I find Ice Rod or Cane, I might check it before I go into Swamp Palace.
Yeah, that's true. Swamp is a really time commitment.
Okay, Fearagent probably gonna do a similar route here. Gonna do the dig game. We'll see if he picks up the Smith.
All right, what does Checkerboard have for us?
Better question: does Frostbite take a chance and go into Mire without the Cane? I doubt it because it's only 2 items, but you never know.
Yeah, 7 checks in there, all long. The eighth with the boss we can't get to. Oh.
Gotta grab the mushroom. It's probably nothing, but you gotta grab it because it could be something. You gotta grab it.
Yeah, and if we find a cane, we could also do the fake powder. But Frostbite is checking it.
Yeah, he's just gonna check it.
And he won't reset after it, so fake powder, no possibility.
I mean, he could reset, but he would lose way too much progress, so not happening.
Yeah, he's not gonna do it. Single arrow on Stumpy. Very nice. Oh,
A shovel. Wow, mushroom to shovel. So this will be powder sitting in the shovel spot.
well, I've seen once all 3 fetch quests leading into each other. Well, it would be nice to see another seed like that. And Frostbite checking it immediately.
Now, Fear Agent about to get his hype cave. We'll see what he does with that. Okay, we have... Oh, just a boomerang. Okay.
And even the worst boomerang.
Boomerang's a boomerang. I tend to use the hook shot more anyway myself. Okay,
All
now
right.
we're gonna get the mountain play, and now we're gonna get that moment of truth. Is that Bombos and/or Ether required?
Yeah, I think he'll do Hera first.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, absolutely.
Can even do the Hera pots, so should be a quick dungeon.
He's gonna see that blue cane now that he's back up here. Not gonna get it.
Nah, really don't need it at this point.
Nope.
Ah, he can check Ether tablet as well.
Yes.
Not only check, but get it.
And we have...
Arrows! Yay! What a change.
So the book didn't get us anything.
Yeah.
Okay, big key right away in Hera.
So now we hope that the small key either locks itself in the basement or is somewhere else and we find both items.
And we are going to get a Hera pot here. Which will still save time if he does it quick enough.
Looks good. Yeah, and he has it. I'd like to mention we are still at 7 hearts on Frostbite's side. It's not very much to be...
No, he's got red mail, but yeah, that's not a lot of hearts. We do see a big 20 there in the big chest.
And
there's that small key. So 50-50 shot that the other item's in the basement. I think if I'm Frostbite, I only check the basement after checking a bunch of other things if the item's not on Moldworm. Like I don't leave the mountain without checking it, but I don't think you save time checking it now versus after you do the other checks in the area.
Yeah, especially you might as well come back and check Spike Cave. So you can combine those checks after you checked all the rest up here.
Exactly.
And
it is in the basement. Let's see what he chooses to do.
Yeah.
Fear Agent gets his half magic. Let's see what he. Let's see if he goes straight over to. He's gonna go straight over to that Bombos tablet. Okay, and where is Fear Agent gonna go? He's gonna do Desert Mire.
Mire.
Okay, and about to be the moment of truth.
Yeah, Fear Agent will find out that he needs Quake, but then he'll
get Quake.
Yeah,
and it is Bombo, so Frostbite is gonna have to go into pod to get that Bombos medallion. And Fear Agent's going to gain a lot, if not all, of that time back that he spent in pod. Depending on at what point Frostbite goes into pod. Depending on where that, where the cane is, where the ice rod is.
Yeah, some more arrows in Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, he's hoping to find. Yeah, he's hoping the medallion will be right here, but it's not. It might. Powder.
Oh,
There's our other fetch quest. But at least with the powder, you've got other uses for the powder, so it's a nice luxury item as well. But definitely out of the way to check that now. Okay, Super Bunny Cave, what do you got for us?
A sword, I think.
If I were the runners, wouldn't mind that. Master Sword, Ganon, as we talked about, not exactly a fun fight. We
Just
have
money
rupees and arrows.
What else? Why am I expecting something other than an arrow? There are some bombs, some money, or a piece of heart.
We're starting to run out of locations. I believe we have not seen Graveyard Ledge, and we have not seen King's Tomb.
Yeah.
And it looks like Frostbite's heading over to Pod, so he'll get his bombos and his ether. It'll be interesting to see if he decides to finish the dungeon. He does have that option, but it is a bit of a time sink. But that bombos tablet, that bombos medallion by itself, not going to get him anything.
Yeah, I think he'll look on afterwards, which is good for him because he'll find his silvers.
So he might actually finish this dungeon all the way. And if there's something on Helma or something on Green Pendant, Palace of Darkness might be a better answer, and he might actually gain more time that way.
Yeah, he can finish the dungeon and check the Green Pendant very quickly after that with a mirror.
Yep.
But what else have we...
He'll also do Eastern right afterwards, which Fear Agent has already done.
Yeah. At this point, what do we have left? We have Graveyard Ledge and King's Tomb. We have Powder.
Yep, Powder check, which Fear Agent can't do yet because he hasn't been up on the mountain.
We have the Pod Boss, Helma
Soren, and Green Pendant. Yep. And we have the right side of this dungeon because Fear Agent didn't do the right side. Now, I wasn't paying close enough attention. At least one of those, I believe, has to be a small key. But I'm not sure. At least it can't be two small keys, so there has to be something over there.
Yeah, and Fear hasn't been in the Harmless Hallway because he didn't have enough keys.
Right.
And we still have the front of Meyer.
Well, if that's the case, and remember when I said that that bow that Fear Agent got wasn't bow locked, I take it back. If you have to choose your keys that way, then unless Harmless Hallway is a small key, which it could have been, then it actually would be a bow lock bow.
Yeah.
Oh, Fear Agent missing that last shot.
Yeah, but still this fight is much easier and, well, no, it's not really much faster for him. Because he keeps missing.
Yeah, he missed the shots a couple of times. Yeah, I know for myself, I either get it right away or it just can turn into a disaster.
Yeah, and there's one key on the right side of Port and a second.
Oh, it is 2 keys, so that means there was a lot of bow lock stuff in here, turns out. With 2 keys on that right side. So that means Harmless Hellway, Dark Maze, and the big key chest all bow locked.
Yeah, so that bow was bow locked.
Yep. Logically bow locked.
Yeah, logically.
Which all that really means is that there's another bow available somewhere, and as it turns out there was, in Skullwoods.
Yeah.
And Fear Agent gonna find his mushroom. We'll see if he follows it to the shovel and to the boomerang.
I think so.
I mean, I think he will too.
Because the mushroom is a quick check with the flute. Yeah, he'll do that right away. I think he'll be annoyed to find the shovel.
Who wouldn't be?
Yeah. Alright, Harmless Hallway can't be a small key at this point.
It's a map.
Yeah.
Yep, so it is definitely, I mean, yeah, there's 5 keys in the front, but it still is still bow locked because you gotta choose between Harmless Hellway and the Dark Maze. And anytime that's the case, and Frostbite gonna get his medallions, but he's gonna keep going because the medallions without a cane don't get him anything.
Yeah, and there's still that ever missing ice rod. And well, logically, we also need the flippers, but he really doesn't want to see them.
Flipper's probably in Turtle Rocker and Mire. Okay, Fear Agent check King's Tomb, but is not in position to check Graveyard Ledge.
Oh, he'll do ice.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. Okay.
I think that's an okay play. He can full clear, albeit he doesn't have a Cane of Samaria, so it'll be a slow full clear.
Yep.
But still.
It could. I mean, Canis Samari could be here. You know.
Yeah, and I thought as well. So it's an okay play, and if we never find the flippers, it's absolutely the right thing to do.
Now, if the Canis Samari is here, then he's pretty good. The only problem here is those flippers could be in Turtle Rock. If the flippers are in Turtle Rock, then the Canis Samari is definitely not in here. And if that's the case, then there's a good chance Frostbite gets to do this with the Canis Mario and just gets to save a ton of time.
Yeah, he might even get to do this in go mode, so then he'll really save some time.
Yeah, with Icebreaker, Canis Mario, the go mode isn't nearly as big a deal. The big difference is when you're full clearing it. But yeah, this could be a time sink. Now, if Kane is in here, then Frostbite will have to do it eventually anyway.
I'm just realizing that Frostbite did not finish Pod. And there's definitely the green pendant, which is an item. I did not count as well with him, so I don't know if there was an item on the boss. We saw the map in the Harmless Hallway. I don't remember seeing the compass. Maybe there are two
I like
items.
I like this choice from Frostbite. If he wants to still do Pod, he can go right back there right after he's finished with Eastern.
Yeah, but well,
and we'll see if he does or not. I don't know if I do. He's so many places he's checked at this point.
He doesn't have much left, and leaving possibly two items, leaving possibly 2 items in Pod at this point, and with 2 of the items we need, the possibility to be on pet. Oh, I don't know if I agree with that choice at this point.
Well, I definitely agree with doing Eastern first. But we'll see if I think maybe I do go into Pod after this. I might have checked, although to be fair, I probably would have checked that powder before I did any of this. And maybe even the Graveyard Ledge and the King's Tomb. We know King's Tomb is nothing. We don't know what Graveyard Ledge is.
Yeah, but he has just been in Pod before he was in Eastern. So I don't think he's going back.
Oh, well, he could, though, because there's one more item in Eastern.
Could.
Yeah, he's got one more item in Eastern, and that mirror portal's sitting right there. So if he wants to finish Pod, he'll just do it after Eastern.
Yeah, but I think the choice he made to leave Pods behind, I don't think he's going back right now.
Well, we'll find out in just a second. He's going to have a very quick Armos fight.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I don't think we've seen anything progression-wise in Ice Palace, which is unfortunate for Fear Agent. We do have Ice Tea to check. And possibly an item on the boss.
Oh,
there's an Ice Rod. Okay, well.
If the flippers are in Turtle Rock, that's a Galaxy Brain play from Fear Agent at this point.
Yeah. Flippers could absolutely still be in Turtle Rock for an Ice Rod there.
Because that would absolutely spare him a required double dip of Turtle Rock. Which you never want to double dip.
No.
So this Ice Palace play...
Frostbite going to Meyer. That's an interesting choice. You're right, not going into Pod and finishing that up at all.
Well, there are 7 checks for 2 items here.
Yeah, well, possibly only 1, because we don't know that last item could be sitting on Vidi. But it wouldn't be the strangest thing ever to find a Canis Samaria in Meyer. Very interesting the way these two have routed this seed. I mean, it was completely linear at the beginning. They basically did all the same things with Fear Agent. Just doing a couple of extra. Let's see. Frostbite did the hobo check, I guess, and then Fear Agent did a couple of the Spec Rock check. Just a couple other. Yeah, each one did a couple of extra checks. But since they got into the Dark World, very, very different routing.
Yeah, and it's still impossible to say who benefited of his routing more.
It's when does Frostbite get to Ice Palace for that Ice Rod? Will Frostbite get a Canis Samaria to make Ice Palace better? We don't know. Yeah.
We've already gotten 2 French vanilla items in their respective dungeons, so I wouldn't really wonder if Samaria is in Meyer.
Ice Pal is also a 5/6 crystal.
Which is the other one? Desert. So this opens up Pyramid Fairy.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing can be there because
No, we don't know yet. If this is I think he got both small keys. If this is a small, if I'm wrong and there's a small key here, then Pyramid Fairy cannot be the Canis Mario. We know he's got the ice rod.
Yeah.
It's not marked on the tracker yet, but he does have it.
Yeah. Flippers can't be there because Ice
Flippers
Palace
can't be there.
So only thing that could be there is the cane, but unlikely.
Let's see if this is a key or not. Fearagent gonna have to be a little careful. He does have red mail though. Okay, there we go. It is a small key, so it cannot be. Yeah, Pyramid Fairy cannot be the Canis Mario, so no point in looking there.
Yeah, it should. He should know at this point that it's not necessary to look there.
Okay, so far I'm not sure the Frostbite has found anything in Mire yet.
Yeah, just a bunch of small keys.
Yeah, Misery Mire having 3 small keys in its dungeon. And you don't actually need any of them.
Yeah. Forgetting to flip the switch.
Yeah, good he remembered to do it before he went into the... Actually, you don't need to flip the switch to do the cutscene room. I'm assuming you already did the compass room. I was busy watching fearagent through Ice Palace.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, fearagent gonna do the mountain stuff. So he'll do Hera and probably... Can't do Turtle Rock still, because we still don't have that Canis Mario.
Yeah, and we know he won't find it up here.
So it's in Mire or it's Graveyard Ledge?
Well, fearagent could find it up here because we still don't know Hera basement.
No, we got both items out of Hera, I thought. Oh no, you're right, we didn't. We didn't get Hera basement.
Didn't.
And Frostbite never went back. And we also didn't see Spike Cave.
Yeah, that's true. That's 2 items up here.
And we still have Helm of Storm, we still have Green Pendant.
Yep. And Graveyard Ledge.
Yep, and Graveyard Ledge. So a lot of
checks in Mire.
Yeah, a lot of locations that are pretty far apart from each other.
Yep.
Fearagent also gonna do the Hera pot. One last chance, and it is a heart container. The Canis Mario not in Mire. So
yeah,
Frostbite might be able to save some time if he finds the Canis Mario before going to Ice Palace, and logically it has to be available before it. Fearagent gets to save time if he can manage to not go into Mire looking for that Canis Mario. Looks like Frostbite's gonna do Ice Palace though.
Yeah, but he'll do that, but it's not going to really help him because only Ice Rod.
Yeah, I mean, no, don't get me wrong. Getting the ice rod's important.
Yes, it's very important, but it's not going to open anything for him.
No, it opens nothing, but it's definitely not something you want to look for.
Yeah, he'll be delighted. He'll be delighted to find it.
Fear! So... Taking the immediate bounce from Moldorm there.
Yeah, Moldorm is really a D. So it's it happens to the best of us.
Oh my god, Fearagent, please! Switching to the hammer there.
Oh, that was close. No, oh. One more hit.
Oh my god, Fearagent. Definitely losing time to Moldorm here. Frostbite gonna be able to get through large portions of Ice Palace. Come on, Fear, you got this.
Better don't remind him that he'll have another Muldom fight coming up later.
Okay,
Very
there we go.
good.
Gets the bad news that it's a compass up there. We'll see if he goes back in. Or if he does what I suggested earlier for Frostbite, which was go back here after doing the rest of the mountain checks.
Yeah, he also doesn't really have many checks left.
No, they're
So
both running low.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate he's already checked King's Tomb because Graveyard Ledge completely orphaned by itself now, which might send him going into Mire instead.
Yep.
Now, we still have that powder check, and Fear Agent's going to get his powder in just a second.
He already also hasn't checked his shovel. He still has.
Oh, he hasn't done that yet? Oof. Well, we know that's a red boomerang, so.
Yeah.
One advantage, Fear Agent is going to be able to go ahead and open up Turtle Rock right now.
Yeah, saves a few seconds later.
Yeah, it's a small time save, not a significant one, unless again it ends up being a really close race at the end, which it's just what we want. We want a really close race at the end. Two very good runners fighting it out on two very good teams.
Yeah. Alright, he'll get his share of nothing here out of Spike Cave. Not Spike Cave, Hookshot Cave. Just his powder.
Get his powder, which may be nothing. Except a luxury item.
Powder is probably just money or bombs or arrows.
Which is, yeah, kind of the theme of the early part of this seed. Gonna check Super Bunny, which also didn't get us anything. And where are all those swords, by the way?
GT? Where else?
Maybe. Swords could absolutely be on GT.
Well, 2 swords and Pyramid Fairy. How about that?
Could be. I don't think we're checking Pyramid Fairy, though.
Nope.
Yeah, it looks like Fear Agent is going to do those other checks. He has the base. Oh, yeah, he's just going to mirror here. It's a little safer around the Lionels. So he can do the basement, and then he can do. Yeah,
Spike
and then
Cave.
do the basement and Spike Cave, yep.
Yeah. Pet is definitely not dead. We can have the Cane of Samaria on the pedestal still. We need to find the flippers for that, though.
Yep. And again, I think if I'm the runners and I see those flippers, I check Ped before I go into do anything in Swamp. Because if it's Ped, then I just go mode Swamp. I go finish Pod, go mode Swamp, and then it becomes very, very quick. Whereas if it's not Ped, then you're going into Swamp and you're checking all 6 items, or checking all your items until you find what you're looking for.
Yeah, but if you find the flippers maybe here in Hera Basement, do you go to do check Ped and Swamp before you go back to...
I check Ped first. I absolutely check Ped first.
Yeah, but do you do that before you go back to Pod?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's 6 items in Swamp. But if I know it's Ped, I don't have to check any of those items. And I don't have to just kill Helmasaur. I don't have to check Green Pendant or anything like that. Unless I might check on past stuff for swords. It's not Hera Basement.
Just more money. How did we expect something else but money?
I don't know.
I keep expecting them to find any items, but I haven't learned it.
Frostbite gonna finish up his Ice Palace, and let's see if Spike Cave is the answer. It is not.
Nope. Just money.
So powder check and Graveyard Ledge, and that's all. Between the 2 runners, that's all we haven't seen. Is those 2, I believe, and Helmasaur to Green Pendant.
Yep.
Okay, looks like this will be the shovel check.
Yeah, we're looking for Kane. We hope to not see the flippers because they would open Pendant Swamp.
Yep.
And we know Pyramid Ferry, which is open to us because we finished Ice, but we know neither the Kane and nor the flippers can be there because Ice Palace was a 5/6 crystal, so the flippers can't be there, and Ice Palace was also Somaria locked.
Yep.
So can't be there.
Yep.
Oh, we get a powder check.
Oh no, Fear Agent's going into Mire. That's unfortunate.
Well,
We'll see what Frostbite gets here.
For Fear Agent, this is about the best item density he has.
It is. It's the worst choice, as it turns out. But not because it's a bad choice for him, but a bad choice because we know it's not the answer. But it's also not the Magic Bat. So Graveyard Ledge and Helmasaur and Green Pendant.
It's gonna be... Nah, it's gonna be Pet, I think. But... Flippers on Green Pendant and Kane on Pet.
Okay, where is Frostbite going now?
Back to Pod? No.
Yeah, it could be. No, not from here. You wouldn't go back to Pod.
He's doing Pyramid Ferry. He's doing Red Bomb. But it can't be there.
I mean, it could be a sword, but yeah, you're right. It can't be the can't be Kane of Samaria.
Yeah, he hasn't. He forgot his logic. Otherwise, he wouldn't do that, I think.
Yeah, I don't think he would do this if he was thinking in terms of knowing that key is there. But yeah, as chat suggests, maybe he goes into Pod right after this. That's certainly a possibility.
Should be his play. Well, he might go up and hookshot over and do the Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, that'd be reasonable too.
I don't know if he did the King's Tomb.
I don't think he has. Fear Agent definitely did.
So that would be 2 checks for him up there.
Money and a shield. Not even a sword for his trouble. He just gets a shield.
Yeah, this seed. Money everywhere.
Money has not been an issue.
Definitely not.
So the better question is, when we do find our progression item, is it going to be the flippers or is it going to be the Kane of Samaria?
In this seed? You're really expecting the Kane? Nah.
No, you're expecting the flippers. Yeah, and as it turned out, Frostbite hasn't done King's Tomb, so he's doing that right now.
Yeah, that's 2 okay checks for him together. And now the real new stuff for all of us comes. Graveyard Ledge. Oh, the tension. The suspense. What's gonna be here? Just money, I think. Gonna be a red 20. No, a piece of heart.
Okay, Helmasaur, anyone? Because I do believe that's all we got left. Unfortunately, that does put Frostbite... Unfortunately for Fear Agent, that puts Frostbite in a bit of a lead. Because I suspect that Frostbite is going to finish up this Mire check.
Nah, he's going Hera Basement and Spike Cave.
Never mind. We are even again. Because Fear Agent's already done Spike Cave and Fear Agent's already done Hera Basement. So yeah, we're very even here again.
It comes down to the choice of Fear Agent. Does he go to do Graveyard Ledge first, or does he go to Pot?
Oh, he also hasn't done the bat.
Yeah, that might something he'll combine together to go to the bat and then to Graveyard Ledge.
We'll see if Fear Agent remembers his logic and knows not to check the Pyramid Fairy, though.
Yeah.
Okay, Fear Agent done with scouting out Mire. Knows it's not the answer. See where he heads next.
Yeah, it has.
This is Magic Bat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a quick check. Because it's not in the
Magic
Dark
Bed is
World.
very quick. Graveyard Ledge less quick, but I think this should be about similar time to Frostbite checking Hera Basement and Spike Cave, so they might converge on Pod.
Yeah, I think Fear might make the same play Frostbite did, doing Red Bomb into Pod. Or
Well,
Crater
again,
Blade.
depends
Yeah.
on what. Let's see if Fear Agent remembers his logic.
Yeah,
If he knows his logic, he knows that the bomb cannot be the answer.
Yeah, but I thought that Frostbite would remember his logic.
Yeah, so did I. So did I. Okay, this looks like Graveyard Ledge.
Nah, the Vern, an oops all dungeons is something else, because in this seed we don't really know yet if all dungeons are required.
Depends on if we find the flippers.
If there is something on pad, we will have an oops all dungeons.
Okay, so to answer the question in chat about Samaria, if you use your keys in a bad way to get to the end of to get to Cold Stare, and it is possible to use your keys in a way that you don't need Samaria, even if there's a key on Cold Stare. But the game assumes that you will use the keys in that bad way, and therefore the only way to get to Cold Stare is to use the Cane of Samaria to cover the block, to cover the switch with the block. And therefore, you have to logically have the Cane of Samaria available before you finish up Ice Palace. So since there was a small key there, it is logically Samaria locked. And Frostbite could be the first one over to Pod.
Yeah, but
Fear Agent gonna flute right over there after him. So gonna be very, very close at this point.
oh no, Fear Agent will check the Pyramid Fairy.
No,
he
he
remembered.
thought better, but he is gonna lose a little bit of time for fluting to 4 instead of fluting to 5.
But still, not even 30 seconds apart.
So will Helma have flippers? Will Helma have Cane? Will Green Pendant have flippers? Will Green Pendant have Cane?
Yep.
Stay tuned. And the other problem with Fear Agent is he's got other parts of Pod that he can do that he didn't, because he did not full clear this dungeon. So that's going to put him even further behind, because he's going to at least, let's see. Yeah, he needs to at least pick up a small key.
He has to do the right side, yeah.
So that's going to put him further behind.
Well, he has done the Dark Maze and everything in the back, but Harmless Hallway. Maybe he goes to the boss first. And
Maybe he might. I mean, at this point, with it being green, Green Pendant, I could see doing that.
And if he remembers how many items he got out of Pod, then he might deduce that the Harmless Hallway is only a map. So that's a possibility.
Oh, he's just going. No, he's not going. Okay, yeah, he is going straight to the boss.
That's good for him. So he might not go to the Harmless Hallway ever.
Yeah, because I think everything else in here is a key, and I believe the Harmless Hallway was like a map or a compass.
It was the map.
It was the map, okay. I have this tendency to see map and compass and just say, oh, it's a map or a compass. And don't care which one it is, because it really doesn't matter. At least not in a non-key sandy situation. Okay, Frostbite gonna go into his Helmasaur fight.
Yeah, and Fear at this point, he didn't do the big chest, the vanilla big key chest, and he didn't do the Harmless Hallway.
Yeah, but that's a small key, and like you said, the map. So
yes,
if he's paying attention, he'll know once he beats Helmasaur.
So he did the best possible routing for himself here in Pod.
Yep.
All right.
The compass.
So
and the green pendant. Okay, so it was a compass on Helmasaur. It wasn't an item.
Yeah. so no items left here in pod, and just an Helmosaur fight between the runners at this point. And Hammer is a quick fighter at this point with his silvers. Oh, and Frostbite mirror bonking there.
Yeah, so gonna gain. So fearagent gonna gain a bit of time there.
Yeah, and I think his Helmer fight was a little quicker as well.
I think it was.
Oh, and there's
And
Kane.
it's the Canis of Mario. There's go mode, such as it is.
And I think you predicted right. Flipper's gonna be in Turtle Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think we got both items out of Meyer.
Well, if there's another item, it's on Vidi. So.
Yeah, I think I remember at least one item, but I think we got two. We got both.
And this is where both runners like, thank goodness it's the Cane, not the flippers.
Nope, Flip can't be in GT because Ice Palace is a crystal, and we sequence broke that.
Yeah, Ice Palace logically does require flippers.
Yes.
There's a very good chance we'll run into them on the way, because we're going to get a lot of chat is saying that there is an item on Vidi, and we'll get that item if it is.
Okay.
For sure. And Turtle Rock is a terrible go mode dungeon. So sometimes you can skip some for all Laser Bridge, and you can skip the lava chest most times, but even those aren't guaranteed.
Yeah.
Yeah, the route that... Okay, so both runners taking the slightly slower route to the back of Meyer. It's a little faster if you go to the left, to the top left. That's what the NMG runners do.
Yeah, but still. Both mere seconds apart. This, I think this will come down to GT routing. Oh, Frostbite
GT routing does one of them pick up another sword. Are really the big factors right now.
Frostbite getting a nice spooky action. I haven't seen if fearagent did the setup. If not, that'll be some time made up for Frostbite.
Yeah, Frostbite doing a nice job with those silver arrows. Like we said earlier, there's a bigger time save on the Vidi fight here than I think even the Ganon fight.
Yeah, and just a piece of heart on the Vitreous, so Flippers, I think they have to be on... Oh, well, no. Yeah, they have to be in Turtle Rock at this point.
Yeah, I don't know where else they'd be. I mean, they can't be on... Flippers can't be on PED, because Swamp Palace.
Well, technically, they could be in Mimic Cave, which technically doesn't belong to Turtle Rock.
Technically, that wouldn't be Turtle Rock, but I tend to think of it as Turtle Rock, because...
Mimic Cave is Turtle Rock.
There are some niche cases in entrance randos and inverted where you can check Mimic Cave without going to Turtle Rock, but that's not this. So.
Oh, Frostbite losing about 10 seconds on a dead rock.
So not quite an oops all dungeons, because we didn't have to go into Swamp Palace. We had to go everywhere else.
Yeah, and an oops all dungeon, it's only if the dungeons are really required, and I think Skullwoods wasn't required, so and Swamp neither.
I've heard definitions, differing definitions on that, but the point is they didn't have to do Swamp Palace, so
yeah.
So about a half a mountain climb separating the runners. Frostbite will have to open up Turtle Rock. Fearagent already did, so that's going to save Fearagent a little bit of time. Yeah,
save of 5 seconds. Could be the world at this point.
Well, we're close enough to those 5 seconds might matter. And with Fearagent being the runner that's further behind, he needs that extra few seconds.
Oh, they're going to be about...
Yeah, very close.
Wow. Oh, fear
So
agent.
they were a
Wow.
bombos play apart as they enter both enter Turtle Rock at the same time. Wow.
About a 1/10 of a second apart. Wow. And now,
And Frostbite had a little trouble with menuing, so Fear Agent now in the lead.
wow.
Are going to take different routes here. Fear Agent doing the right side first, Frostbite doing the south part first. Not a huge difference. I've been told that it's a little faster to do what Fear Agent does, but only if he mirrors out of the top area.
Yeah. I've no idea which is faster, so.
He's got that mirror out, so he's going to mirror out and do that front area.
2 small keys.
Yeah, very rare that you can skip any of this. No one's dumb enough to try it. So the only time you can, again, Key Sandy being the only situation where sometimes you can skip some of this stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fear Agent with a slight lead here. So a lot of this is going to come down to execution, GT pathing. Does one of them find a sword? Does one of them not find a sword?
Does one get bullies by these
Yeah, chain chomps. Oof.
chain jumps? Oh, and there's a big key, so probably the lava chest not required. We'll save them both time.
Yeah, so long as we don't have small keys both in the lava chest and in the big chest, they can just grab the key out of here and skip it.
A small key in the lava chest would be locked by a small key, so that wouldn't make any difference.
Well, yeah, but if you skip it, and there's also a small key, they need one more small key after this one. So if there's a small key here and in the big chest, then that's 2 small keys they're not picking up.
Yeah, okay, but
it's a less than 5% chance that it happens, but it can.
Yeah. But if you skip lava chest, I think you should open the big chest.
No.
No,
absolutely not. Yeah, oh, absolutely. I mean, it's like I said, it's less than a 5% chance, and chances are your opponent's doing it too. So if it happens to you, it's going to happen to your opponent.
Okay, yeah.
You're taking a 5% chance that you'll gain advantage by opening the big chest.
Okay, good. Both are doing it anyway, so we'll see what happens. There's a map.
So they will have to grab a key on Laser Bridge.
Maybe there'll be a sword on Laser Bridge.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're hoping for. And if not, then they both have to mirror to the front or walk back to the front and pick up that key in the big chest.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, less than a 5% chance.
All right.
Okay.
What does Laser Bridge have today? 10 arrows. Piece of heart.
There's a small key.
Oh,
looks like Fear Agent gonna check the last chest.
Yeah, he really wants that sword. Oh,
there are the flippers!
You were right!
And funny because Frostbite ends up picking up the flippers too because he did it in a slightly different order. And actually, at this point, it was a 50-50 shot. Like, well, I guess it could have still been a lava chest or a big chest, but not surprised to see those flippers there.
No, they had to be in Turtle Rock because of Ice Palace.
Yep. It didn't have to be that specific location in Turtle Rock.
Yeah,
it didn't have to be in Turtle Rock.
In Turtle Rock, it's very probable that the items are very late on Laser Bridge because in the front there have to be a certain amount of small keys.
Exactly.
So Laser Bridge is a very probable place for all the items.
Both of them in their Trinex fights at the same time. Let's see. I see Fear Agent has a blue potion. I don't know if Frostbite has one as well. He does have a red one.
All right, people, get ready because this is our 7th crystal for both runners, and we still have that big key hunt.
And we're still not even 100% sure who we're going to be counting off of, but whichever one of them gets into GT first, that's who we're going off of. So right now it looks like it'll be fearagent, but small things could happen that could put Frostbite ahead.
And the game has started, so spam your numbers between 1 and 22 in chat, because there are 22 locations in GT where that big key can be. And yeah, Tracy, do you have a number you'd like the big key to be at?
I always pick 5, so we'll see if it's 5 again.
Yeah, my normal number is number 12. It rarely is there, but I still pick it out of habit. Alright, it looks like we are going off fearagent.
Not by much, but yep, that is who we're going off of.
It's about 1.5 seconds between the runners at this point. That's so close. And the game has stopped.
Okay, fearagent going to... Oh, both going to the right.
Oh, there's a
Small
key, so...
Bombs, so let's see if...
both going right.
Both going... both taking the same route, so we're going to continue to be this close.
Yeah, both skipping tile room, no gambles today.
So this is all going to be about execution. There's really no more decisions to make other than... Do we check extra chests for swords?
Well, we could go full right. Going to...
Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
Nah, I don't think too, but... Could be possible they'll do that. Alright, 3, 20 rupees. 4, 20 rupees. 5, a compass. 6, 20 rupees.
More rupees.
Yeah.
Because we need more of those, and they are going to grab this small key.
Yeah. Fearagent mirroring out, Frostbite will do the same. And now, check number 7. Small key on the torch. Yeah, you'll grab that at this point.
Oh, you have to.
So, Bob is dead for today. Bob being the damaged anti-fairy wheel we can encounter in the later room. He'll not appear if we pick up the torch item. 8, 9, 10, and 11 are nothing.
It's not there. And fearagent is going to quickly use some ether to kill all the Stalfos.
Yeah.
And so is Frostbite.
Great minds think alike.
I guess so.
Now number 12 is upcoming. Nope. Just 20 rupees. Alright. I think number 13 is the compass chest.
Not the compass chest, but the next one.
Yeah.
His compass is in the right side, but we don't care. Doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. I've never...
Hence the compass room.
Yeah, I've never...
There
oh, single rupee! Wow!
Because we need more single rupees in our lives.
Well, I don't remember finding the other one. There are 2, and I don't remember finding the other one.
Could be in Swamp House.
Alright, 14 to 17 upcoming. No, 14... 15, more money, 16.
16.
That is number 16.
And another small key. And fearagent is going to mirror out, as is Frostbite once he gets the small key here. And unless there's a sword in the top 4 at GT, we're going to be doing Master Sword Silvers here. And we'll see if either one of them takes the time to check an extra sword. Could make a difference. Or, you know,
yeah, well,
could lose some time. So, I don't know.
Most of these 4 chests are fairly quick to check, though, so they might do it.
Very quick to check, but they're so... you know, at this point, they both know how close it was. I mean, wow.
Yeah, both have one eye on the race chat and expect their opponent to finish any second.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I don't know how we gonna progress if this is so close that we have to call it a tie. Are ties allowed in the?
Yeah. So if it's within 2 seconds, they'll retime it, and if after retiming it's within 1 second, then it'll be called a tie.
Yeah, but are ties really allowed in the playoffs?
Yep. They'll if a
Okay.
tie happens, then they both will play each other again under the same settings.
And as close as they are, literally in the same room, it's absolutely a possibility.
Yeah, last season there were quite a few ties. I think there was even some in the playoffs. This year there's been one tie last week of the regular season. Crazy enough, the regular season tie was actually in a co-op race. So that's four runners basically finishing close enough that you could call it a tie. There we go. That's the way you want to kill Landmo with the silver arrows.
That's a very nice kill. Oh, and Frostbite missing it. Missing 2. Missing 3. Oh, he got one back. But still. Oh, he lost time there. But Fear also lost time in that Wizrobe room. Because he did not get one.
Yeah, it's usually not that one that you mess up on. It's this one that fearagent just did perfectly that you're going to mess up on if you're going to do that. Fearagent about a room ahead, but there's a lot of, it's a very execution heavy Ganon fight coming up, so really just way too close to call.
And still that Agar 2 fight, you could mess up some setups and
yep, absolutely.
Need 1 or 2 cycles more and that's it.
Fearagent has to grab the magic pot. I don't know that Fearagent, sorry, I don't think Frostbite will need to pick that up. He might choose to anyway. No, he doesn't. Yeah, he's fine.
A green 20?
That's the boots.
Oh, that's the boots, yeah.
I mean, it isn't the boots, but it just represents the item that would have been the boots. I mean, it wouldn't actually be there.
Yeah. Or that one sword. No, that one sword. No. 10 arrows. Alright. 1 chance left for a sword. Oh, and this Moldorm fight...
A much better Moldorm fight from fearagent this time.
Did not fall once. This...
One more chance for a sword, and it's just a piece of heart.
Nope.
So the swords are somewhere. Swamp Palace, basically a GT. Honestly, I think... And Ped. It's like all we have left.
Yeah. Alright.
And, okay, there's like 2 locations in Turtle Rock we didn't check, so I guess that could be there too, but nope, we're not gonna find them.
Yep. Alright, Master Sword, Silver Ganon fight. That's interesting.
Yeah, it'll be 12 spins in the first round, 12 spins in the second round, 4 spins in the third round, and then spins into silver arrows for the last round.
Lots of opportunities to lose time.
Yeah, that second round is always the tricky one.
Yeah, with those fire bats. And I mean, we have basically about full cleared the game.
Pretty much, yeah. Feels bad when you clear this much of the game and you're still stuck on a Master Sword.
Yeah, but look, Fear has 13 hearts and Frostbite has 12. That's really low for this many item checks they've done.
They skipped a lot of pieces of heart, though.
No, they didn't skip out lots of heart pieces. They skipped 1 or 2 hearts, but...
Yeah, that too.
Heart pieces, they collected a lot.
Yeah, but it takes a lot of heart pieces to get a full heart, so... Yeah. Enough that they definitely skipped enough that they don't have very many. And it is fearagent first to get into the Ganon fight.
Yeah, they'll get the same setup. Same Ganon fight. So this should be interesting. All on execution at this point.
And I do know this. I know fearagent has at least one blue. I know Frostbite has at least one red in terms of bottles. I don't know what their second bottles are, since they both have at least 2 in their inventory.
fearagent using his cape. Neat trick to hold onto the wall, not using any magic. Frostbite doing the same. Yeah, Fear depleted his magic, knowing he has that blue potion. I think Frostbite will have to be a little more careful.
Frostbite taking the lead again. It gets to that third phase a little bit faster.
Oh.
Not a lot faster, but just enough.
This is about 2 to 3 seconds apart at this point. And lots of teleports. Phase 4 for Frostbite. No torch glitch for him.
Torch is not needed in this fight, but it actually is pretty useful. It's not like a silverless fight where it's crucial.
Oh, that should be a double.
Not
Nope.
quite.
Oh.
This could be a double. There it is.
Oh, and there he did it. Frostbite.
fearagent didn't get a double there. Frostbite did.
Oh, and fearagent also finished.
And the final results are Frostbite finishing up with official race time of 1:45.25 in first place. fearagent 6 seconds behind, finishing up with official race time 1:45.31. GG's to both our runners, putting on a great show on what was a pretty rough seed.
Yeah, this was an absolutely rough seed and a great race from both runners. We did not. I can't speak at this point. This was.
This is only game 1 of these two teams. So, and maybe if we go to a game 4 or a game 5, we might see these two runners play each other again.
Oh yeah. All right. Maybe we'll get the runners for an interview.
Yeah, I sure hope so.
Let's see. I see both of them.
They're both sitting there in the waiting room, so hopefully they'll just go ahead and join us.
All right. I think they'll join us shortly. Man, what a seed.
Here we have Frostbite joining us and fearagent. GG's, boys.
Yeah,
I don't know what to say.
GG.
You guys both basically full cleared everything and entered Turtle Rocket basically at the same time. So.
Yeah, I'm sure neither one of us feel particularly good about how this went. If I'm going to be honest, I mean, first, GG's and thanks for doing the commentary and all those things. And I won, so I'm not going to spend 10 minutes here complaining. But I was not happy with how I played, as I said to a couple of my boys who I was chatting with afterwards. I was so angry with how my escape went that at 3 minutes I closed my timer and the race window. So I didn't really I knew I was doing bad. I didn't know what time it was the whole race because I played so bad in the beginning, and then I kind of settled into it, and then I felt good. And then it came to that question of, do I go to Helmasaur King? And I had 8 or 9. I either had 9 or 10 total checks, including Helmasaur King. So it's like an 11 or 10% chance that that's the item. And I just chose that it wasn't going to be there and decided to do everything else first. And it seems like Fear must have done the same. And,
pretty much.
And yeah, I feel like if there was an item on Helmasaur King, I don't know about him. I definitely would have went there. So maybe that was a mistake in that I bailed when it wasn't an item. But on the other hand, getting 2 items for the time invested is way more valuable than getting 1 time item for the time invested.
When fearagent went there, he went there right after Aga, so he couldn't have gone.
Oh,
and
yeah.
done Helmasaur because he didn't have the hammer.
Yeah, that makes sense.
In fact, try to hover over to the right side to get those small keys, and that didn't work out too well. I think you pretty much did full clear the dungeon with the keys you had, though, because what was left was like small keys and I guess map or compass or something.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a dumb seed. I didn't like. I didn't even consider for a second that I was going to pick up the lamp on Death Mountain. I was so convinced it was going to be the glove or whatever else I was missing.
Oh, come on. That scene was screaming Aga.
I know it was. It kind of was. But then when you're like one item from away, I kind of stopped thinking that because
you start hoping. Yeah, you hope for the glove or the other hammer. Or the other glove or the hammer, right?
The other thing is like no seed screams Aga till you have the lamp in my brain either.
That's true.
So that and having that be the Aga item was a little bit annoying, but like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I could have, it's like things, right? Like I wanted to go to Ice Palace basically from the second I left Hype Cave because I already had the fire rod and all that stuff. But without the Cane of Samaria, it's like, am I going to commit to do this so early where the cane is just going to be like on the smith or whatever, and I could get it and save, a not insignificant amount of time in there. So I decided to put it off. And then eventually after I dipped Meyer, I was like, this is stupid. You are going to find the flippers somewhere. Just go into Ice Palace and see what's in there. Maybe it's the cane, maybe it's the ice rod. And then I'm thinking like, okay, so I know in my head when I leave Ice Palace that Cane of Samaria can't be at Pyramid Fairy. But then in my brain, I forgot that I picked up the ice rod. So I was like on my way to Pyramid Fairy and I'm like, this is so stupid. Like I'm going to return this and then I'm going to Lucksack a sword and it's going to be called rigged, right? And of course I Lucksack a shield, which doesn't have the same sort of game-breaking effect. But I knew like I was just so dumb and I was so mad at myself because like I would be the guy like trashing the racer in chat saying, oh, this idiot going to Pyramid Fairy for something that he can't even get. And then I'm doing it. So it's like, I don't know. It is what it is. But anyways, I'm going to sign off. I just want to wish GG to fearagent as well. Again, and good luck to his team in the other races. Good luck to Megawatt Jet on our side for the other races. But yeah, this wasn't, I didn't have fun during this race. It's like, I always have fun playing the game. I don't want to complain that badly because I wouldn't play if I wasn't having fun at some core level. But like, there's having fun and it's like a blast. Like the practice seed I did earlier where I set a new PB with a really fast time, and then you're like, this is the other side of that. So, anyways, thanks Tracy and Bigfoot for doing the comms, and Tracy again just for doing so many comms and helping out so much during the league, and again, GG Saphir and good luck to his team and our team in the next races. I'm glad I'll be watching them and not racing them. Take care, everybody.
All right, thanks, Frostbite. What do you got to say, Fear Agent?
I do like how he prefaced, I don't want to complain, and then went on a soliloquy for like 30 minutes.
Well, I mean, I didn't have anything good to say. It's like I had a really good get in phase 2.
I know I won. I don't want to complain, but let me talk for the next 10 minutes. I mean, that's why I love Frostbite.
I agree. Like, I don't have to ask questions for Frostbite. He just goes off.
That's what I tell all my friends. So like, why do you have good interviews? It's like you know why this because I worked in politics and I coached professional speakers and whatnot. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. You're going to ask me a question, and I'm going to say whatever the hell I was going to say, no matter what question you ask, and that's the best way to go about it. So
I just like that you said that I don't want to take up time, and then you
no, I said I wasn't going to complain, and then I complained. But like, come on, have you ever heard a runner come on and say like, oh, you know what was really slick was my Armos fight, right? Like the only things I can remember are the mistakes. I don't remember the good things. So it is what it is. But anyways, I got to run make dinner. It's approaching dinner time here on the East Coast for me. And yeah, I'm I don't know. I feel like one of the new weird Keck W memes that's going around that isn't quite happy, isn't quite sad. I don't know what they are because I don't nitro, but you'll see it. Anyways, later, everybody.
All right. Hey, Fear Agent, what do you have to say about this scene?
I don't even know. I don't know. It's I mean,
you did crushing. Basically
6
like
seconds.
really. Yeah, the only thing you didn't do that he did is, of course, that Pyramid Fairy play. But everything else, you guys pretty much basically did all the same things. Just the first part of the seed was very much the same order up through Aga, and then you diverge, and then converge back again in Pod, getting the green pendant, then going Meyer and Turtle Rock. So, a little surprised that both of you full cleared Skull Woods, both items being in the front and getting baited to go into the back.
That was, I think I felt the worst about that more than anything. Like Samaria is where you're gonna last location Samaria no matter what.
Yeah, sure.
In the seed, like it's green pendant, and you got all the items out of pod. Like even if it's gonna be last location, I'm not upset about that. I'm upset that I took the fire rod bait to the back, and then the first check in the front was the other item. It's just a little frustrating. So I was like, oh, that just cost me a bunch of time.
Yeah, that you both did that. So, and then you both cleared Meyer before doing. I mean, they're both really bad checks. You know, Meyer without the cane, green pendant, pod. I mean, which bad check do you want to do first? It kind of comes down to that.
Green pendant was definitely going to be my last thing, and it was so.
And in your case, like I said, you basically did all pod right after Aga, and I think you got all the items.
Yeah.
Which is weird because it was bow locked.
Well, the only thing that was bow locked was
logically bow locked.
Yeah.
Yeah, logically bow locked, but not in actuality bow locked.
Well, the back
the two keys on the right side.
There's only one key on the right side.
Because you had to choose. Yeah, because you have to choose between Harmless Hallway and Dark Maze. But like I said, logically, it's not the same thing as actual.
There was 2 keys on the right side?
There were 2 keys. Oh, yeah, you didn't know because you didn't check the second. Yeah, there were 2 keys on the right side.
Because all that was left was compass and
map. So map was in Harmless Hallway.
Yeah, so there were keys in the three chests. Right side, big key chest, and we're all keys. And then Harmless Hallway had map or compass, whichever one wasn't on Helmasaur. So
compass was in Helma, map was in the Harmless Hallway.
Yep. So there's no reason for you. I mean, you'd gone there super early and got that was gonna be your big advantage for a while because we weren't sure if the Bombos or the Ether meant anything. And of course, the Bombos did.
Yeah. And then I saw Quake and got Quake right away. I was like, oh, great. Now that entire pod trip was just a big waste. I mean, silvers are nice or whatever, but that felt like a waste. So when Bombos was needed for Turtle Rock, I felt a little bit relieved. But I mean, it all didn't matter because I last locationed Samaria.
Yep.
I mean, technically, you were supposed to go to Turtle Rock, get flippers to get the ice rod, which is stupid, but.
Yep. No one's doing that. Name me one person that plays in this league that's gonna go find the flippers logically. If you don't have to do Swamp Palace. So
I mean, but our big fear Mario for a really long time, and that's why I didn't do Pyramid Fairies because I knew logically it couldn't be there. But
right. Yeah, well, we mentioned that when Frostbite did it. that you shouldn't be doing this, but you did it anyway.
Yeah, and then
you got money in a shield.
Yeah, and then you misfluted just before going to port, and
we were worried that you had forgotten as well.
Yeah, we were really worried you would go to do Pyramid Fairy as well.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna do Pyramid Fairy. 6 seconds is tough. It's just a tough loss.
It is
probably my last race of the season if we don't advance. So and it's gonna be tough to advance because now we have to.
I mean, it's a tough team.
Yeah, I mean, they went undefeated.
But and of course, we were worried there would be flippers sitting there on the green pendant. That would have been not fun.
Yeah, flippers and green pendant and cane on pet or something stupid like that.
Or even just in Swamp Palace, either way.
Yeah, I had a chuckle when I saw flippers on Laser Bridge.
I assume you were looking for a sword at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you both ended up checking it because Frostbite just did the play where he does 1, 2, 4, 3, so he got the flippers as well. And at that point, they had to be somewhere in Turtle Rock, but they could have been the big chest. They could have been lava chest. We just, we didn't know. But gonna be tough getting down 1-0, but not over. So I guess you're saying you're not playing in games 4 or 5 should they happen. So I guess you'll be rooting on your teammate.
Yeah, I mean we want to win, so we're gonna put our best players in 4 and 5. So, so probably 1-up in Gamma if it gets there.
Yeah, I mean you're all pretty good, so yeah.
Yeah, that's something to say if you're describing yourself as the worst gamer in your team.
I know, right?
That's something.
You got some and you do have really good teammates, so. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not sure
thanks.
there's much else to say about this.
Yeah,
So go ahead
yeah.
and whatever else you want to add.
Heck, Moldorm, I guess. Like, I don't
Oh,
know what
that's-
happened there. I just
It happens
kept-
sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just like some of the spins just didn't register, and then he was bonking me. Like, I don't know. It was pretty frustrating.
Well,
Especially
second
when you
fight
lose
went
by-
okay, so
Especially when you lose by 6
Yeah.
seconds. That stuff like
When
that. really,
you-
like,
Everything, everything gets put under a microscope when it's that close.
I don't practice a lot of Master Sword Ganon. I wasn't worried because I had potions and cape and half magic, so I
Yep.
just figured like death wasn't what I was worried about. I was just trying to do it quickly.
Yep.
And and Frost got a really good position for phase 2 where he was able to just get doubles.
Yep.
And I think it's probably because he got us I don't know if it was after we watch it. I don't know if it's because he got a phase faster or something, but when he was able to get doubles down there and I had to do singles, I think I got an extra phase in phase 2. So it's just a little frustrating. It's like 10 minutes. You hope 10 minutes will like calm you down. It's just like maybe my last game of the season and you lose by 6 seconds, and it's like it's just frustrating.
Yeah, certainly understandable. But yeah, I mean, still a very nice run from both of you. So very fun
I'm
race
sure
to watch.
Yeah, I'm sure it was fun for you guys to watch with how close it is, but
that's what I always like. I like the close races.
And I love racing against Frostbite. We started racing like at the exact same time, so he's got like probably 1,000 more races than I do, even though we started at the same time, because that dude raced I want to say he had like, no joke, like over 1,000 SRL races, and he just raced a ton. But it's been fun because we've been buds since we started a couple years ago, and we go back and forth, and obviously with the race this close shows that we're still duking it out. I remember when we first started and we're just trying to break 2 hours like consistently, and to get a race like this, 1:45:31 for this sort of seed isn't terrible. So
no, it's not a bad time at all. I mean, considering it's cleared so much.
Yeah, I mean, I literally the only thing I have left is Hobo, which I didn't get in Logic until after I got the flippers on Laser Bridge. So
yeah, I forget what it was. Frostbite checked it. It was nothing of significance. So yeah.
So swords must be. So there's like 4
swamp,
checks
GT
left.
basement. Yeah. Yes, 6 items in swamp. The rest of GT basement and like 1 or 2 items in Turtle Rock, and that's all you guys have left.
It always sucks
and
when
alone
you get-
pedestal.
Oh yeah, I didn't see what was on ped. Like it sucks when you get Master Sword that early, and then you're like, oh man, I'm definitely gonna get tempered here sometime soon because you have so many checks, and then you finish the game an hour and 45 minutes later, and you're like, ugh, those swords. Come on, game.
Well,
All right,
especially when the
thanks everyone for
game does all that. Yeah, it makes you check all this stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for the restream and the comms and everything. So
Yeah, I have to say we really had a blast here. It was, at least if it wasn't really fun running, it was really fun watching it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, thank you to our runners, Frostbite and fearagent, and of course, if you're not already following them, apparently that's an F and not an R. We'll try that again. Go ahead and follow those runners, and of course, thank you to Bigfoot for joining me on commentary, and SerioX for doing the tracking behind the scenes, doing all that hard work. We do have more races coming up now that people have started scheduling for the second round of the playoffs. I'll just run through the next couple of them. We do have one more today at 6:10 Eastern. We have Error 216 against the 2019 Titans Bits of 2019. That's Selene versus Dante. That'll be on SpeedGaming 2. And then tomorrow, we also have a race at 2 o'clock or 2:10. The last location is versus Triple Dino Disaster. That'll be Goomba versus Scholzer. And I guess we're getting to the point where it's worth checking out the Open League as well. Let's see what we got coming up. Looks like they've got a race coming up tomorrow. 2 races tomorrow. I don't know which ones are going to be. Looks like at least the noon one will be restreamed. Amish Paradise versus Ups Dewar S Aknicht. Oops, it's not there either. Jocelyn Sauce versus Death King 2, and then a game that might not be restreamed at 1 o'clock, OK Game versus Black Lotus, 2C versus I'm Too Good. Although I do know they're trying to at least get recorded races of all the open races during the playoffs. But yeah, that's going to do it for us. And Bigfoot, I'll let you finish this out.
Yeah, thanks to you, Tracy. It was really a blast commentating with you. And for our visitors, follow also Tracy. She'll race frequently and put up great content. And yeah, see you all again in about an hour when the next race started. We won't be commentating, but should be a really fun game. So have a nice time till then.